Hour, getting you all the latest from the sports world, only on www.clicksportsnow.com. Let's take a quick look at the headlines.
F1's new breed cars at the first pre-season test in Jerez. England star batsman Kevin Pietersen axed by the ECB. The 22nd Winter Olympics officially underway at Sochi. News from all the European football transfers in the January 2014 window. Golfing legend Tiger Woods sets a date with Delhi.
The first appearance of F1's new breed of cars was always going to be met by a welter of anticipation. Felipe Massa was all smiles at the end of first pre-season test after finishing top in the timesheets of Jerez. But who is meeting the challenge posed by the technical shake-ups and who's got work to do? Let's find it out.
Formula One is undergoing many changes this season, and the first round of pre-season testing in Jerez, Spain taught teams and fans alike several lessons. The reigning championship team Red Bull was not dominant in the first testing session. In fact, according to Formula One, Red Bull turned in the fewest laps of any team over the 4 days with just 21. This compares to Mercedes with the highest number of laps tested at 309. After debuting the car and taking a few laps, 4 times Formula One world champion Sebastian Vettel left the remainder of the session to new teammate Daniel Ricciardo to finish out. Even then, Red Bull decided not to complete the 4th full day but packed it up and left Jerez early to get to work on the problems they had encountered instead. Teams who, like Red Bull, are also running with Renault power units experience similar problems to the current champions. Toro Rosso and Caterham turned in only 54 and 76 laps respectively. Teams with other engines such as Mercedes and Ferrari ran more laps overall. The next series of 2014 Formula One pre-season testing takes place in Bahrain from February 19th to 22. Racing begins only too soon for the teams hurriedly preparing to have the competitive edge at the start of the season. The first race, the Australian Grand Prix, is on March 16th in Melbourne.
England star batsman Kevin Pietersen was axed from the team over lack of trust, according to a statement from England and Wales Cricket Board. Pietersen confirmed his career was over on Tuesday after it was announced he would not be in the squads for the Tour of Caribbean and ICC World 2020.
Kevin Pietersen's international career was ended because captain Alistair Cook needed to be able to trust and rely on the support of all his players, the England and Wales Cricket Board said. A statement issued jointly by the ECB and the Professional Cricketers Association read, "The ECB recognises the significant contribution Kevin has made to England teams over the last decade. However, the England team needs to rebuild after the whitewash in Australia. To do that, we must invest in our captain Alistair Cook and we must support him in creating a culture in which we can be confident he will have the full support of all players, with everyone pulling in the same direction and able to trust each other. It is for those reasons that we have decided to move on without Kevin Pietersen." The ECB had come under fire for not disclosing the reasons behind the decision to axe Pietersen, with friends of the South Africa-born 33-year-old current and former players and media commentators wading into the debate. The statement also appears to address tweets from Pietersen's friend Piers Morgan regarding team meetings towards the end of the Ashes series. The statement added Andy Clark, Alistair Cook and Matt Pryor, who have all been singled out for uninformed and unwarranted criticism, retain the total confidence and respect of all the other members of the Ashes party.
Trumpets, lights, fireworks, and the games are declared open. Yes, the 22nd Winter Olympics are officially underway to a grand opening ceremony in the Russian resort of Sochi.
The Sochi Winter Olympics were officially declared open by Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday evening. The Games has cost an estimated $50 billion to stage, and the build-up has been marred by political controversies and security threats. But the opening ceremony was a spectacular affair, with the centerpiece, the Russian president announcing, "I declare the Olympic Games open." For the next 2 weeks, 3,000 athletes who will compete in 98 events, more people and contests than ever at the Winter Games. There was an early glitch when one of 5 illuminated snowflakes that were to morph into the 5 Olympic rings inside the arena failed to open. The athletes emerged up a ramp from beneath the stage to the applause of a packed arena, and a giant satellite image of each nation taken from space was projected onto the floor. Soviet-era sports legend Irina Rodnina and Vladislav Tretiak jointly lit the Olympic flame. Just as in London 2012, the identity of who would light the flame had been kept a closely guarded secret.
January is all about the winter transfer window of European football. So let's take a quick look at the top transfers of 2014.
Juan Mata has made a move to Old Trafford, the biggest transfer of the January window. Moyes desperately wanting a central midfielder and a left back ended up with a playmaker, breaking United's transfer record by paying Chelsea £37.1 million for the Spaniard. Nemanja Matic returned from Benfica after 3 years to Chelsea on a 5.5-year contract for £22 million. Yohan CABAYE heads off to the French side PSG from Newcastle for a sum of £20 million. CABAYE was a last-minute transfer and said he's looking forward to playing for the French side. Kevin De Bruyne completed his £17 million move to Bundesliga side Wolfsburg after concluding that he was not able to break into the first team at Stamford Bridge. Brazilian playmaker Hernanes moved to Inter Milan from Lazio on transfer deadline day for £16.53 million. Mohamed Salah was the sixth most expensive transfer of the month, worth £11 million as he head to Stamford Bridge from Basel. Fulham concluded a 4.5-year contract with the Greece forward Konstantinos Mitroglou for £12 million. The transfer from Olympiacos was the most expensive ever for a Greek player. Everton procured the services of Lassina Traore, who made a loan move to Goodison Park from Monaco. Traore was granted his work permit before the two clubs completed the deal. Struggling Manchester United loan midfielder Wilfred Zaha to Cardiff City for the season. Zaha just made 2 appearances for United after his move from Crystal Palace last summer. And lastly, it's Antonio Nocerino who moved to West Ham from AC Milan on loan. Nocerino, who is struggling for form, is looking to find his mojo back this season playing for West Ham.
The legendary Tiger Woods kept his date with India as the world #1 golfer not only tamed the difficult Delhi golf course with a 9-under score, but also conquered hearts of thousands of people who came to have a glimpse of him.
In a lucrative 18-hole exhibition match, Woods mesmerized the spectators with his immaculate sense of the game as he hardly put a foot wrong and had most greens in regulation in the DGC, which is known for its narrow fairways. The 38-year-old Woods, who is in the capital on an invitation from corporate bigwig Pawan Munjal, showed why he is considered to be the greatest golfer as he went about his business with consummate ease on a warm Tuesday morning. The top golfer has been reportedly paid ₹15 crore to play a round of golf with Munjal and his guests. A visage of Woods appeared around the fairways after compere Alan Winkins announced the golfer's arrival at the first hole. After a few practice shots and exchange of pleasantries, Woods teed off amid a couple of thousands people who had trudged the DGC, which was supposed to be a hushed-up private event. Dressed in a blue t-shirt, black trousers and white cap, Tiger started off with a wonderful shot straight down the middle, which was the hallmark of the man all through the day as he played along with his host Munjal exclusively for the first 9 holes and returned with a card of 6 under. In the next 9 holes, Woods was accompanied by Rajiv Singh of DLF and Justice Vikramajit Sen of Supreme Court on the 10th and 11th hole, while leading Indian woman golfer Sharmila Nicolette played a couple of holes at the 12th and the 13th before media honchos Prannoy Roy and Avik Sarkar joined the golf great at the DGC. On the last 3 holes, it was a skins game between 2 teams, Pawan Munjal and Tiger Woods versus Shiv Kapoor and Anirban Lahiri, which ended on an even keel with Kapoor winning the 17th hole with a birdie and Munjal and Woods pocketing the 18th hole with both hitting birdies on the last.
Well, that's all for now. I'll be back next week with some more buzz on the circuit. Till then, keep yourself updated by logging on to www.clicksportsnow.com.